They're not super, they're not heroes, but they're not giving up either. We're going to talk all about the Thunderbolts. Had an opportunity to see it with Mrs. Know-It-All, and I'm ready to talk about it. Here comes my non-spoiler review. More than just Thunderbolts is going on this month, though. It is National
Fibromyalgia Awareness Month.
Fibromyalgia National Awareness Month. That's important. Why?
It's important because I have fibromyalgia, and a couple of my friends do as well. Yeah. And
Fibro warriors.
We are warriors.
That's right.
It's something we live with every day.
And it's May, so we wait for.
May, so we wear purple all throughout the month. Actual. World Fibromyalgia Awareness Day is actually May 12th.
Yeah.
So everyone should wear purple.
Yeah, I got a little bit.
You guys say that you got your little list in there.
In the link, we're gonna have a link where you can donate to the
National Fibromyalgia Association. It is one of the better. It's the only one I really turn to for information, and you'll find more information as well if you know anyone that suffers from fibromyalgia or you think you might have fibromyalgia. Lots of information, lots of tips, research. It is a really great organization, and whenever I need to go to my doctor, I'll be like, "Look, that they said it, so this is what I need." So go ahead and take a look at them and find any information you need. Do some research.
So again, go down the description. Of course, it's there on the screen. Thanks so much for that. And back to the review. What's up, my know-it-alls? Well, today we're diving into Marvel's latest cinematic venture, the Thunderbolts. Little asterisks. Is this the redemptive arc the MCU needs? Or just another kind of footnote in the superhero cinema? Let's find out. Thunderbolts brings together a ragtag group of anti-heroes. Yelena Belova, played by Florence Pugh, Bucky Barnes, played by Sebastian Stan, Red Guardian, played by David Harbour, U.S. Agent, played by Wyatt Russell, Ghost, played by Hannah John Kamen, and Taskmaster, played by Olga Kurylenko, though recruited by the enigmatic Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, played by Julia Dreyfus, very capably, by the way, for a mission that forces them to confront their pasts and ultimately question their allegiances. Okay. Had an opportunity again to go see it with Mrs. Know-It-All. We had a wonderful time at the movies. Our full spoiler review is going to drop tomorrow at 2:00. So Saturday at 2:00, you're going to be able to see that full spoiler discussion that her and I have about it. It's actually pretty good. And but I definitely want to take an opportunity to kind of talk you through my non-spoiler. So it's something I don't do here often. So if you are thinking about seeing the movie, don't worry. I'm not going to spoil anything for you, so it should be fine. Yes! Director Jake Schreier takes the MCU in a very dark tone. He kind of shifts it completely. There's a way more introspective direction going on here. And ultimately the film balances sort of these really intense action sequences with some kind of unbelievable character-driven storytelling. It's offering a really, really fresh take on the superhero genre. I say that, and trust me, I'm sure a ton of you are going to be like, well, what about this? And what about that? And what about the other? Yes, but not in an MCU movie. In fact, the one thing that I think I can absolutely say with certainty is that this is not your standard MCU fare. If you're looking for a glossy Marvel movie, no.
Let's talk facts. The Avengers are not coming.
Don't take this. Don't take your kids to this. It's not like it's like hard R or anything terrible, but it's definitely it's a thinking movie. But it's a thinking movie that paces itself well. And yes, the characters are wearing outfits, but it doesn't drown under that either. It's a take and interpretation of the MCU that, frankly, I was really excited to see. So what are some of the standout performances? Florence Pugh, for sure, shines as Yelena, which she kind of always does, but she's the non-polished Black Widow. And by that I mean Scarlett Johansson was always the very polished Black Widow. And Yelena is now coming into it years later, and you get out the gate as you've seen in the trailers, she's tired. And we really carry that whole story through. She's both fierce and I would say vulnerable. Sebastian Stan, or Congressman Bucky Barnes, as we learned in the Captain America movie, he's kind of providing a very grounded presence in that he's the only really familiar MCU face.
There's some big threat out there, and you are gonna help me stop it.
Wait, us?
Yeah, you. Why, you got someplace to be?
And by that I mean face. And by that I mean, like, you go to this thing and there's everybody's a bunch of unknowns. I had a discussion with one of the guys online, Street Preacher actually in the audience, who he was like, well, but do you have to have seen everything? There's a bunch of characters we don't understand, and this and that. And I was like, no, but yes.
I love that guy.
So much like earlier MCU movies, this one does a really good job, I felt, handing you stuff that is both new, but doesn't feel like you have to have done the homework. They explain enough, and I think we've all generally gotten from some stuff. I know anybody who saw Captain Marvel is going to realize, oh, by the way, the heroes are gone as we know them. And so I feel like that's the world we're living in at this point. And I think it's pretty interesting. David Harbour. Bro, David Harbour adds such a touch of humor and heart as Red Guardian. I love the guy.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
Okay, that was really good.
The ensemble cast, ultimately, their chemistry is it's palpable, making their interactions. It's really a highlight of the film. I feel like the cinematography leans into a grittier aesthetic, which again, I had a conversation online with someone who was like, grittier doesn't always mean better. Usually it means blah, 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 blah. And I get it. I really, really get it. But when you're moving away from glossy visuals, which are the typical hallmark of the MCU, this really does a good job of grounding it someplace. Even there's a heartfelt moment, a split second before something horrific happens. And even in that moment, you'd normally get like bright shining sun and the whole bit and bright colors. This maintains its tone. And I feel like that's something that you would not, like they would have, I don't know, man. I feel like someone had to probably wrestle really hard to keep it this way. And I'm really here for it. This sold for me that A24 trailer feel. We got the A24 movie. The one they sold us in that one trailer with the really great music, this music. Yeah, okay. We sold it. We were sold that and they gave it to us. And that makes me so happy. Sunlux's score really complements the film's tone. It enhances both the action and the emotional beats. At least for me, it did. So Thunderbolts delves into some really deep themes that have to do with things like redemption and identity and the sort of that gray area of morality.
So what, we all just punch and shoot?
We are the Thunderbolts!
At its core, this personifies the ScarJo Black Widow ethos/journey. But for the whole team. It's a character study as much as it is a superhero film. And by that, I just mean these are bad people who've done bad things. And now they're going to be given an opportunity to go beyond that.
No one's coming to save the day.
I think we are. We can be the ones that are coming.
But you have the wrong people. We have all done bad things.
Look, I've been where you are. The past doesn't go away. So you can either live with it forever, or you can do something about it.
It explores kind of what it means to seek forgiveness and ultimately forge a new path. And I like that. I'm down for that. I'm here for it. So Thunderbolts, ultimately is a bold step forward for Marvel, one that I hope marks a new trajectory. Stick around. There are two post credits. Well, it's a lie. There's one like right at the end of the movie scene so there's like what you think is the fade out, and then there's a button, and then there's the credits, and then there's a scene. So stick around in the theater. Don't run out if you haven't had a chance to watch. Make sure you watch all the stuff to the end. But ultimately, this movie is offering a more mature and nuanced narrative that I think we've gotten in a long time, if at all, from the MCU. While it may not have the high-flying spectacle of some other Marvel movies, I think that's to its benefit. Its strengths lie in the character work and the, honestly, thematic depth that's being put forward. So, I mean, that's what I got going on. So what did you think of Thunderbolts? Did it hit the mark for you, or were you left kind of wanting more? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more reviews and insights. But there you go. Now you know. And if knowing's half the battle, you're halfway to being a know-it-all yourself. I love the movie. What does the know-it-all index score for me? It's pretty simple. And I say it with pride, and I don't care what anybody thinks. This movie for me was a 10 out of 10.
You feel fulfilled?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so full. So filled.
Not because it didn't have areas that fell short or whatever else, but because it was such a good time. This, even though it doesn't have the gloss and glitz of old Marvel MCU stuff, it felt new and fresh somehow, and it defied my personal expectations of what the MCU is going to be moving forward. And I really hope that they do take their cues from this. I hope they don't learn the wrong lessons, which is make everything dark and gritty, but just take a swing, man. Just take a swing. So, all right. Would love to talk more about this with you in the comments. You can always follow me on social medias. We have started a new community over on X called the Know-It-All Nation community. You can go to my profile at A Real Know-It-All and link to it from there. And then ultimately, I'm always on all the other things, the TikToks and everything else. So, all right, guys. I'll talk to you again real soon. Never forget, everyone loves a know-it-all. Bye.